Storage. Caulfield's spring opener, Saturday the 30th of August. $20 tickets at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy up with Gareth Hall.
Good morning, wherever you might be, right around the country. Hello to you. 8:04am on this magnificent Friday, the 22nd of August. Miles Pfitzner with you for the last time, filling in for Gareth Hall. He'll be back with you tomorrow morning from 8am for the odds couple, 9am for winners. The G-Man, I think he's back in the country today. And if he's not, I certainly won't be here tomorrow morning, I can assure you. We do it all thanks to the team at Bet365, and it's never ordinary. When it's brought to you by Bet365, imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. Just quickly, thank you to whoever's texted in over the last 3 weeks, and to Louis, Paul, Heath, and the team, and to Court as well. Thoroughly enjoyed jumping in the chair, and always a pleasure. And don't take the opportunity for granted, but always like jumping in and filling in for G-Man. So thanks for tuning in over the last 3 weeks. Greatly appreciated. Hey, what we do want today, $100 staking plans on the message line for the weekend. We've got Asafora running overnight. We've got Kath Coleman, if we can get her very, very shortly. She's putting some juveniles through the barriers, giving them some education. So we're going to try Kath a couple of times over the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes. If we can grab her, we'll grab her. If not, we'll do our best. Dylan Dunn to join me around about 8:30. He's returned to race riding. We'll tell you a bit more about that. He also has a runner at Geelong today. And then close enough to 8:45, the man is just shooting the lights out at the moment, Graham Begg. We're going to get him on. The reason being, just think of this. The last 12 months for Graham Begg, striking at 27% win and 57% place. Last 50, 28% and 60%. Unbelievable. Shooting the absolute lights out. We'll chat about some of his top-end talent with his horses as well. Then we'll get into some of the weekend previews. Heath Pope for Vic and SA, Nick Ashman, Chris Nelson, Pete Anthony's, bag of tips with Mitch Lewis, Luke Havanassi and Darren Carroll, Amanda Rando, Andrew O'Toole and Robbie Ringland as we go to Canberra. So it'll be pretty good to get a few tips going out today. If you've got some tips today, some dead set fill-up jobs, let us know, 0499 736 736. One thing we launched yesterday, if you haven't caught the Future Show for Cam and I, we had a chat yesterday about horses moving forward and right throughout the spring and who'd we want and who wouldn't we want. So we thought, why don't we put something together for the listeners, the SEN Track listeners, and we'll do a draft. So we did a draft where we picked 10 horses each, but once a horse has been selected, it's off the table, so you have to pick another horse. You pick 10 each. You get the Group 1s only throughout the spring till Champions Day. 5 points for a Group 1 win, 4 points for second, 3 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for fifth. And you get 10 horses to run for you right throughout the spring. But what we thought we'd do is we'd open it up to the SEN Track listeners. Now, if you put your 10 together, so you get to choose 10 outright. Cam and I to choose 10 against each other. You get to choose 10 outright. And if you beat us, the top 5 returns will get double passes to the SEN Track deck on CF4 Stakes Day with us, all thanks to the MRC, of course. And you'll get a free double pass to come and join us. We're not going to fly you from Perth, or we're not going to fly you from Darwin. You have to make your own way, but we'll give you a free double pass. I'm going to jump in, have a few frothies with you on the deck. Might even go and see the notorious young calf after the last, and we might have a few more. But if you want to get them in, make sure you follow SEN Track on Instagram and then send them in the Instagram direct message. We can't take them off the text machine because we've had people coming in at all hours of the night. So it's got to be Instagram direct message at SEN Track on Instagram. You can go and find it there. Pick your 10 to run for you right throughout the spring and get those entries in. I'm going to welcome in Paul Sebastiani this morning and discuss the draft that we had yesterday. Who's got the better hand? Paulo, hello to you.
Very good morning to you, Miles, and listeners. How are we?
I'm good. Hey, last day too. I've shouted coffees again. Like, am I just
we owe you about 20.
Am I a joy to work with? Surely.
Actually, joy's not a big enough word, Milo.
Geez, we've had some fun in the ad breaks, haven't
have
we?
we ever?
Imagine if the mics were on in the producer's booth during the ad breaks.
Well, people would definitely be having a laugh.
Oh, geez, we have some fun.
I reckon HR would be getting a bit of a workout during the breaks, but we had some good fun yesterday.
More of a workout than they're currently getting.
They'll be earning their quid, put it that way.
Oh,
we had a great moment of nostalgia yesterday looking at some old replays, but sort of from 2015 onwards of the cleaner and reminiscing over those times when Moonee Valley, of course, which we'll see the last Cox played at this particular venue this year, but that the crowd at Moonee Valley was just phenomenal when a favourite hits the lead in the last 50 or so metres.
You're right.
Brilliant.
I did tippers and clippers yesterday with Matt Hill.
How did that go?
Right, really good, really good. But Matt turns to me while he's in the chair and he's like, "Do you remember the days at Moonee Valley, Miles? You know, where you'd finish your races and you'd watch the trots?" And I'm going, "How old do you think I am?" It's like the trots at Moonee Valley. So, mate, I never knew the trots to be there.
Mid-2000s, it was not that long ago.
Yeah, but, mate, I was 13. You know, like in South Australia, mind you. Like, I sort of turned to Matty and I'm like, "How old do you think I am?" I asked Brownie that one day. He said, "I don't know, 42. I went, "What?" I just turned 37.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, anyway.
The draft, Milo.
What did you make? Like, I like the concept. Cam's brilliant at running a comp because Cam speaks and then all of a sudden the prizes just come out of the clouds. I think half the time he makes them up and then they've got to scramble to get the prizes later. So 5 double passes to the SEN track deck at Moonee Valley for CF4 Stakes Day. Now, this competition runs from this Saturday to the end of Champion Stakes Day. It's Group 1s only with the Golden Eagle included. So Group 1's only with the Golden Eagle included. 5 points for a win, 4 for second, and so on. You can down to fifth. Now, once you pick a horse, then it was off the table. I got first selection, had to be Via Sustina. She's going to give you a good sight. Well, she broke Winks' Group 1 record last season. She broke Winks' track record at Moonee Valley last season in the Cox Plate. She may have been called the best racehorse in Australia after running second to Pride of Jenny in the Queen Elizabeth.
How many times have you mentioned that over the last 3 weeks?
I think I got laughed at on this show.
You did.
Jules Valance potted me on this.
You got ridiculed.
Gareth potted me on this.
Ridiculed.
They all potted me. And then after I took the 11s in the Cox Plate and bought myself half a beach house.
I have to say, you're not laughing now, are you?
You're not laughing now. No, it. I don't know whether or not she's an 8-year-old mare, but you have to. She's number 1 seed. Straight up, you couldn't pick another horse number 1.
I wanted to ask, out of Cam's horses in his selections,
Who didn't I have?
What was the horse that he selected that you just reacted to with, "Darn, I wanted that one"?
Treasure the Moment, probably.
Okay, right.
Because I've argued black and blue in the phase that I think Treasure the Moment, everyone's going, "Oh, she only won off slow tempo," and, you know, and then everyone's raving about Aliana. Well, I mean, you can only put up what you put up. And go and have a look at her record. So, yeah, they go, "Oh, well, you've only won off a slow tempo." I think Treasure the Moment, like I've said this about the Caulfield Cup, if she goes to a Caulfield Cup, they're confident that she can stay. I think she can run well. But, yes, Aliana's a good horse, but I've argued it in here. Gareth, everyone's saying, "Nah, Aliana's a far better horse." I don't think you can compare them, really. One won a Derby, one won an Oaks.
The question is now, can they make that step up to 4-year-old age and then open company and wait for age company? That's the query.
That's why one of the horses I was very keen to get early in my draft was Lady Shenandoah, because that's already made the step up to open company and got it done. So my top 3 selections were Via Gringotts, Lady Shenandoah. Cam was Autumn Glow, Nepotism, Treasure the Moment. Out of all of them, Autumn Glow's still untried, right? Like, really? Like, we're all expecting her to do it, but she hasn't done it yet. Hasn't she?
It's on spec, and you're backing in the trainers and connections to get it right, aren't you?
Yeah. So nepotism could be anything, but also that sort of 3-year-old ranks is going to be super competitive. So the one I wanted out of his top 3 was Treasure the Moment.
You're picking very tactically. This is good.
Oh, well, and
Very,
this is
very
why
good.
I've only got one sprinter in my entire...
Yep.
So, yes, there's no Jimmy Star and no Briasa in my top few because I had to pick one. And I was like, if I'm picking one, who am I picking? I was like, I had to take Private Harry, my only sprinter.
Is there any horse in there that both of you have not selected that gets an honourable mention on your end anyway?
There's a stack of horses. So, Jimmy Star... I had still to come Jimmy Star, Tempted, Within the Law, Moira, Skybird of Mitch Freedman's. But once again, I can only take one sprinter, I thought. Headwall's another one. Sunshine in Paris and Briasa. I mean, they're very good horses. And then I left the Melbourne Cup ones out because I've got Akita Sushi and Middle Earth here, right? And I was like, well, I only really am going to look at them for one race. So there's no point. I want horses that are going to run in multiple Group 1s throughout the spring. So that most of them are those 14 to 2,000 metre horses.
What I'm fascinated in or to look at with regards to this is, you know how with AFL, in AFL circles, we see 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the track, the redraft.
Yeah.
I want to see the redraft in a couple of years of 2025.
Well, I want to see the redraft after the Champions Day. So I went Autumn Glow. I went Via. He went Autumn Glow. I went Gringotts. He went Nepotism. I went Lady Shenandoah. He took Treasure. I was filthy then, but I still thought I was in front. I went Light Infantryman because I'm going to get all those runs through the Mackay Diva, Turnbull, potentially Cox and or Caulfield Cup. And he went Another Will. But this is where it changed. He took 2 horses I didn't have in my list. So I went Tom Kitten and he took Fangirl. And I didn't have Fangirl in my list.
Tom Kitten is that the risky pick in
Well,
the top 5?
well, it depends. Like, Fangirl has to come down here. She's not a wet tracker.
Correct, exactly.
So she has to come down here.
My number one pick would have been, or my number one pick in my draft is Nepotism.
Yeah.
I just think what he did in that preparation as a 2-year-old was that win in the Champagne was phenomenal, and I think he's going to come back, from what we hear, a much, much better horse.
So I took 1 3-year-old, which was Skyhook, which I've been...
You've been big on this.
So my last 2 selections were my 2 big futures ones, Skyhook and Birdman.
Yep.
And I think I really would have liked Buckaroo in there. I've got Chowolf. I've got Antino. If I did anything, I'd probably swap Private Harry for Buckaroo.
Have we put a vote up as to whose draft haul is more favourable with the SEN Track listeners on social? Have we done that yet?
I don't know. Go check them out. Go and have a look on SEN Track on Instagram and then get yours in and you get to pick the 10 straight out. But what I would try to do as a strategy, just remember, you don't go and pick 4 sprinters because they're probably a little bit more limited in where they can go and what they can do race-wise. I'd be picking horses that are a bit more versatile, that are going to get more runs in there or under their belt.
Mile, middle distance.
Mile, middle distance. So I've got 1 3-year-old, 1 sprinter, just to spread, and no Melbourne Cup horse. Cam's got 1 3-year-old, 2 4-year-olds, and no sprinters. He got Evaporate and Land Legend at the end. But I was pretty happy. I mean, I could argue I think I've got 3 of the best horses in the country in Via Sistina, Antino and Chowolf.
I'll tell you what's really disappointed me, Miles, on your end, is that you didn't go the father-son recruit, I Catch 'em Fox.
For Group 1. Group 1. Be lucky to win a benchmark 68 on the weekend at the parks. At the parks.
You've got to go those speculative picks. Probably more towards the back end of the draft, though, wasn't it? The father-son.
If I went speculative, I would have picked a horse like Vinrock.
For Matt Laurie.
Yeah, I would have picked a horse like Vinrock, or I would have gone even something a bit like a Within the Law 3-year-old filly. I think Within the Law, Tempted. I mean, Tentris isn't even in there. Jolly Star didn't get a run. What about
Jolly
a list?
Star didn't
what about
even
this?
get in.
Jolly Star, Briasa, Sunshine in Paris, Headwall, Skybird. What about those? Group 1 winners can't get a look in.
It's what do they say, Miles? It's a deep draft, this one.
Who
It's a
do you
very deep draft.
What did you boys think between Cam and mine? I put a lot of work into mine.
You both have.
A lot of work.
As I said, I like nepotism.
I'm a competitive beast.
So I think Cam throwing in nepotism has me slightly sided to his. But, I mean, Via Sistina, the way she went last campaign and the campaign before over spring and autumn, she's just so good. I think having her as number one is the clear elect.
I'm a 15 touches, 14 contested type operator.
I'm fascinated to see how this all plays out over the next couple of months. It's here, mate. The first Group 1 of the calendar tomorrow. How exciting!
It is exciting. Well,
someone's probably going to hit the scoreboard.
Well, is it here? I mean, have we heard anything yet?
As far as we know,
Royal Randwick.
From what Gary Portelli said, they could move it to the Monday.
33 mils they had in the last 24 hours. They've had 180 the last 7 days.
Ridiculous.
180. 180.
And the weather forecast for tomorrow?
No, I think today and tomorrow are meant to be fine. I think it's meant to, but they've got flooding up there and everything. There's no track in the world that can handle that.
No.
Except, I don't know, maybe some of the ones in Southeast Asia. But another 33 mils, so you're talking inch and a half.
Ridiculous.
And what did they say? It's the wettest. What's their wettest day? Yesterday was that 24-hour period was their wettest on record for this
right?
Yeah, yeah. It's not just wet; it's properly wet. And I think moving into Monday would be totally fine. Have you had a look at the Winks?
I have had a look at the Winks.
Who do you think wins the Winks?
I've been very, very surprised by that. I say very surprised, but I thought Via Sistina would either hold firm at that opening quote of sort of 2.9, 2.8, and then maybe drift on the day. Barrier 1, heavy track, she's resuming. But she just continues to firm in the markets. I'll tell you...
But this is where you start getting recreational money comes in and goes, best horse in Australia, won the Cox Plate, right, bang. But,
spot on.
But I don't think there's going to be I do believe, I think Light Infantryman and Chow Wolf are overs at 23 and 11s. So let's say I've got $50. I'm having $10 on Light Infantryman. I'm having $10 on Chow Wolf, and I'm having $30 on Gringotts. That's how I'm playing the race.
This is the perfect scenario of, in inverted commas, the fitter winter horses who are clearly not the level of the resuming Group 1 performers
like
who have the fitness edge over these particular runners. Robusto, you've got... We were actually chatting about this horse yesterday, and look, he's probably got none. He's a 9-year-old gelding by Mossman. Diamond Diesel at a million to 1. Don't be surprised if it runs a race.
There's not a snowball's chance in hell.
I don't think it'll win, but I think it's better than a $126 chance.
I don't.
I would not be surprised if it finishes closer than most people think.
These horses are. This is the real stuff. And Gringotts is a dead set bull. Does he handle the wet? I'm about to find out. They think so. But what a race! Great race,
fantastic.
And it's going to be like this all spring. I mean, you'd expect Fangirl to come out. She had 5 goes on the heavy Fangirl and never placed. So you'd expect Fangirl to come out, I'd imagine.
Via Sistina on top, but just
go for a run and back her later.
Light Infantryman will run a nice race. Number 1 in a weight for age. It's not the worst formula or theory you could go with in a race like this. Light
Infantryman he's my third pick. I've got 2 of my top 3 pick. I've got 3 of my top 3 picks are all in this race, and I've got 4 of my 10 are in this race.
I think he's returned well. I like the trials and the lead up to it. I know he hasn't had a go on the
I'm scoring points straight off the get go.
You're going bang,
boom,
straight into it.
He's got Aliana. We need Aliana up over a trip, don't we?
Get the boxing gloves out, mate.
Yeah. Rightio. Hey, appreciate you jumping on with me, brother.
Always. Go well.
You got anything
for the next couple of hours.
today? In the last couple of hours. It's good. You got anything today?
Nothing for the punters today, but I'm really looking forward to what's to come tonight, not just in the AFL, but the NRL. got a big double header
Really?
in the NRL.
Hey, I've got.
tonight.
Do you know what I've got one for you?
What do you got?
Right. Collingwood are $1.90 at the line, 22.5 against Melbourne.
They'll cover?
They'll win by 40 points.
Yeah, I think they will too.
Collingwood will absolutely donkey lick them. Now, shout out
feeling they will
shout
too.
out to Clary. My phone's about to go off here.
Oh,
He's
no.
a big fan of the show. Clary, you know I love you, son, but Collingwood by a street tonight. You can take take 30 plus and the $22.5 at the line.
You reckon the Demons players might just lay a few on the... They might lay a few on the Maggies players
$1.90 is a gift.
They might have the elbows out, the Demons players, just get the pies sore for the finals. Is that the go?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting a bit of support here off the text line about Diamond Diesel, mate.
$4.50 top six. Well, there you go. There's only 8 in the race. That's not a bad bet. Yeah, there you go. There you go. A lot of people are getting their $100 staking plans in. Hey, Paulie, appreciate you jumping on, brother.
Thank you very much, mate. Go well.
Paul Sebastiani, get your $100 staking plans in with what you would do with $100. Gareth will get you on the show next week. But if you want to have your crack at winning a double pass to the SEN Track Deck CF4 Stakes Day, all you got to do is pick 10 horses and get them in to our Instagram direct messages. Bryce has never got so many DMs in his life. In fact, he's never had a DM in his life, but he's copping a few at the moment via SEN Track on Instagram. Pick 10 horses to run for you from tomorrow until Champions Day. And if you beat us, the top 5 that beat us, if you do, you get a double pass to SEN Track, or the SEN Underwood, of course, but it's CF4 Stakes Day on the SEN Track Deck. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side of this. Plenty more to come, all thanks to the team at Bet365. It's never ordinary when it's brought to you by Bet365. Imagine what you could be buying instead.
no storage. Caulfield's spring opener, Saturday the 30th of August. $20 tickets at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back to Giddy Up right around the country. Hello to you. You can get your $100 staking plans in for the weekend, but more importantly too, for the SEN Track deck, get your 10 horses into our SEN Track Instagram DMs that you want running for your stable throughout the spring to get points. Group 1s only, including the Golden Eagle, and you can win a double pass to CF4 Stakes Day. We've got 5 to give away if you knock us off. It's never ordinary when it's brought to you by Bet365. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. I reckon Dylan Dunn's pretty close to being ready, so I want to get the news out of the way so I can have a good chat to him. He's going to join me on the other side of this. Dylan Dunn, jumping back in the saddle. Back in a moment.
Powered by Signet, making SEN News this hour. Rain easing across New South Wales and Queensland today, but residents are being warned to stay on high alert. The southeast of the Sunshine State and northeast New South Wales have copped heavy falls over the last few days. Hospitals and aid groups in Gaza City have been warned to start making evacuation plans as Israel's military steps up its preparation for a takeover of the city. And the Menendez brothers are appearing before a parole board more than 3 decades after the murders of their parents. SEN Sport is next. The Blues have ended their season with a 90-56 win over Essendon at the G. Skipper Paddy Cripps says he's confident they can carry the momentum into 2026.
All back Bossy in, he's been great for us for the 4 years he's been here. And, obviously this year was a bit disappointing, but we still feel like we've got a lot of optimism going into next year, and we feel like our game style can really solidify and sort of carry into next year.
Melbourne Racing Club members, renew your membership before September 1 to save on early bird.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back to Giddy Up. 8:34am, right around the country. Miles Pfitzner with you, all thanks to the team at Bet365. Speaking of Bet365, our Bet Boost multi, our top 4 multi is up. Senior Tortoni Randwick, Juja Kabu Randwick, Agarwood Randwick, Detonator Jack, Moonee Valley, all top 4, $9.63. $9.63 available on the Bet365 app at the moment. But joining me, been waiting to chat to this man, and it's bloody good to have him on too. Dylan Dunn's making a comeback as a jockey after he fractured his tib and his fib in a serious track work fall at Caulfield in 2021. He joins me on the line this morning. Dylan, good morning, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Miles. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. It's obviously been a little while out of the saddle, but I've still been heavily involved with training in the racing industry. So it's great to get back in the saddle, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah,
mate, I've followed you along over your training journey. I think I had a couple of mates that even had a horse with you there at one point. But, mate, it always sitting in the background for you, just a burning desire to get back in the saddle?
Yeah, look, I was just struggling so much with my recovery after breaking my tib fib. I had plates put in that ankle, and it was just causing me so much grief. So I got those removed, and it was still quite a long process. But over the years and constant rehab and whatnot, I've been able to get back to what I feel to be 100%. And it was just kind of one of those things that training might have offered me another opportunity within the industry to try and, basically sharpen my sword and, lead me down a different path in time. But yeah, just that burning desire to want to be back out there. Being a jockey is what I love to do. It is a real privilege to be able to be a jockey. There's so many opportunities for us, and I just couldn't keep that behind me any longer. I felt when I turned 30 that it was the right time to try and have another crack at it and, see what we can do.
What's the plan? How have you gone about it? And starting to do jump outs, trials, these sorts of things. When do you expect to be back in and fully going?
Yeah, look, so over the last sort of 3 months, I've been slowly working on my weight. I'm walking around 58 kilos, which is fantastic. I'm right there. With a little sweat, I'll be able to ride most weights. So feeling really good from that aspect, but it's just been a slow sort of process. I ride track work every day anyway, so the riding side of things wasn't really too different. Obviously adding more jump outs and trials into the mix now and starting to really up my fitness in preparation for my return to race riding next week. But I did 10 trials at Bendigo on Tuesday, which was great. That got me all ticked off. More jump outs at Mornington on Wednesday and continuing all that track work as we lead into next week. I'm not 100% sure as to what rides I've got locked in for next week, but at some point I'll be kicking off and I'll just try and go full throttle. Mate,
we're looking forward to having you back in the saddle. Just for the layman out there, so what are the actual processes of getting ticked off to ride again? Is there much to it, or you've just got to go and do a certain amount and the stewards say, yeah, you're right to go?
Yeah, look, obviously I'm a fully fledged senior jockey, so it's not too difficult to try and get that license back, but you are required to do a number of trials in front of the stewards just to prove that you do still have it and that you've sort of done enough practice leading into race day, which is completely understandable. It's just ticking all those boxes. You've got to do your medicals, cognitive tests, things like that. I've probably taken it a little bit further than that. I've done a lot of blood tests, DEXA scans, spoken with a nutritionist, and really tried to focus on getting my body in optimal shape as I head back into race riding, because once you're in the swing of things, it can be difficult to try and get on top of that weight. So I really wanted to make sure that I was kicking off with the right foundation. And like I said, my weight's probably never been better, and I'm feeling really good because of it. Just for example, at Bendigo trials, I kept a couple of lollies in my pocket just to make sure if I had any sort of energy drops that I did have sort of a little bit of sugar there to pep me back up, but I didn't need it at all. I was just really good. Fitness was great. I feel like as we lead into next week, I probably couldn't be in much better shape.
Who's the manager? Dylan, who's working the phones for you? Can we give that a push? There'll be a few trainers that are tuning in this morning, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave Barry has managed me for a long time. He's a fantastic bloke. He does a terrific job. He's very good at finding the horses that you need to be on. But we've worked closely together from all the way back in 2016 when I won the apprentice title and beyond. So I'm really excited to be teaming back up with him. And just once again, I'm really excited to be back out there. It truly is just a privilege to be a jockey.
Mate, you've got a runner going around, I think, today at Geelong in race number 4. Number 3 is a lot. Jakey Noonan takes a ride here. Can you jag a winner today down there at Geelong?
Yeah, look, he's a big fella. He has got plenty of ability. Probably don't have him quite screwed down as much as what I would like. So I think he's a good each-way play. He's drawn well for him. Hopefully he can slide across and just find a little bit of cover, but be on the outside of the field so he can get going when he needs to. I'd say this horse is probably looking for a little bit further, but second up, sticking to the 1500 was probably ideal at this stage. I would have loved to have been riding him, but I just wasn't ticked off in time. So hopefully Jakey can get the job done for us, and then we can start to map out a plan going forward.
And does Humble Hero go to Pakenham on Monday?
Unfortunately not. He's going on the Inglis online sale, so whoever would like to buy him,
they can run him at Pakenham on Monday.
Exactly, yeah. So now the team has probably just been cut down a little bit. I don't really want to put my eggs in too many different baskets with the training and riding. I think it's a great system that RVL has to be able to take out your dual license. But for me personally, I like to be sort of focused in one area or the other. So in time, I will continue to keep dropping those numbers down and won't take any further horses on as a trainer. And then hopefully, I can have a really good crack as a jockey again, and then one day in the future take out my trainer's license again.
Dylan, I wish you all the best, mate, and hopefully the phone rings off the hook and you can get back and punching a few winners out. Things going really well in that aspect, but I've had some mail through here that, excuse me, that you're a Tottenham supporter, and things aren't going all that well at Tottenham. Is it Eze? He's signed at Arsenal. That must be a bit of a blow.
Yeah, look, to be honest, it's actually just a jumper that I do enjoy. It's not really a support as such. I have had many people start bombing me, though, as soon as I wear that. I wore it to our indoor soccer comp recently, and we got beaten in the final, and that was not good. But dangerous sport, that.
Yeah, it certainly is, especially with your leg, mate. Be careful with that. Stolen snoozes jumping into your leg. Hey, I appreciate you jumping on with me. Wish you all the best. Hopefully see you punching a few winners out soon, mate. And as soon as people see that you're back fit and firing, the phone will ring off the hook. So wish you all the best, mate. Go well.
Yeah, thanks, Miles.
Dylan Dunn there with his return to race riding. Should be back as close enough to next week. So be good to see Dylan back. Absolute ripper, speaks so well, and just a pleasure to chat to him this morning. We're going to clear a break. Graham Begg to join me on the other side of this. All thanks to the team at Bet365. It's never ordinary when it's brought to you by Bet365. And just want to reiterate, our top four multi, $9.63, is up on the Bet365 app and website now. We'll see you in a moment.
Sportsbet Caulfield Cup Carnival, October 11 to 18. Pre-sale tickets from just $30. Book now at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy Up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back to Giddy Up. All thanks to the team at Bet365 847 on your Friday. Who better to chat to than a man that's been airborne for, 12 months. 27% win strike rate over the last 12 months, 28% his last 50. I speak of Graham Begg, and he joins me this morning. Graham, hello to you.
Yeah, good morning, Miles.
Graham, you must be super pleased with the consistency you've been able to put up, the placement of your horses. I mean, it's a bloody credit to you, mate. It's been a good 12 months.
Well, we've been very fortunate. We've had the right horses to be able to take them through their grades and build their resumes up. So, yeah, it's all gone hand in hand. There's a lot of hard work involved, and just hope we can follow up again this season.
I think you might even be able to follow up this weekend. You've got a good hand going into the Valley. We'll start there with race 9, number 6, De Bergerac. I really like this horse.
Yeah, I think he's really come a bit solid. Look, I think since he's been gelded, it's been a bit of a turning point for this horse. And he's become sort of a lot more genuine and better, more rounded products are probably a good way of putting it. Last preparation was only his first prep after being gelded, so he's still doing a few little things wrong. But now that he's in a full prep this time, he's been very consistent, and even noticed, the way he goes about things in his work at home and the way he handles himself. He certainly he's gone to a new level.
And then we go over to Morfettville, and you've got another one that's right in the hunt here. Race 8, number 13, Splashback. Geordie goes over there for the day.
Yeah, that's correct. It just looked the right race at the time frame where she's at. It's 3 weeks since she ran in the Ori Star, and then her next target after Saturday is the Let's Elope in 3 weeks' time. So it just worked out perfect, right distance, and a little trip away just to make her a bit more seasoned up. We just felt it was the right formula.
The best of the two on the weekend, Graham?
I'd say probably Splashback would be the best of the two. Obviously with the Bergerac, it's a 5 metre rail there if they can run on. Pace of the race will be a little bit of a question mark, but he's going very well. But I'd have to say, out of the two, that Splashback's my best. Can
I ask you on a couple of horses? I really like the wins of Takeko and Silver Magnate.
I've put Takeko in the paddock.
Yep.
No real reason. We just felt that she was going to be better placed running, over the summer months. She does like drier ground, even though she won on the soft 5 at Moonee Valley. We just felt she'd be better placed over that period of time, and hopefully she'll be able to get some more Saturday wins on the board. Just didn't think she'd quite measure up to the stakes class mares at this time of year. But not to say she won't win a stakes race down the track, but we just felt she was better placed at that time frame. And Silver Magnate, he's pulled up very well from his win at Sandown. He'll go to Sandown Hillside on the 3rd of September in a 1,300-metre benchmark 70 race.
Just while I've quickly got you, Graham, just a couple more. I like Neonce too. It's been a great horse.
Yeah, she goes to the Moya on the 6th of September. That'll be her first up run. She's in great order, so we're very pleased the way she's progressing.
And the other one I want to ask you on, of course, is Biologics. I mean, I can't wait to see this horse.
She runs on the same day in the Atlantic Jewel, so she's progressing well, and we're very happy with her.
I'd better ask about King Zephyr, otherwise Sam Hyland will whack me, but King Zephyr's not far off kicking away somewhere?
He's going to start on the same day. He's going to run the Chautauqua on the 6th. I've got his part owner standing alongside me.
Oh, do you?
So,
well,
his ears pricked up when Sam's name was mentioned.
Oh, yeah. Well, you tell him, we wish him all the best. They're all kicking off on the same day. You're going to take a good team there. Hey, mate, appreciate your time this morning. We love following the stable. Go and give him a handshake from all of us here and say we wish him all the best, mate.
Right, thank you very much.
Graham Begg there. Of course, Savvy's brother. His ears pricked up when we mentioned King Zephyr, as we would, but looking forward to seeing those three especially. But, yeah, Neon's first up Moya. Wow. Be good to see. What we might do, want to clear a break, boys? Let's do it. Couple off the text quickly. G'day, Milo. Just an overnight inch update in the streets of Randwick. Damo, I'll get to that shortly. I think they copped 1.5 inches last night. Well done filling in for Gareth. I'm going to play a 3-state, 3-league place multi. Eagle Farm Pareto, Moonee Valley Oak Hill, Morfordville Cafe Millennium, $13.50. That's DJ in Frankston South. Jack and Werribee, Cherish Me, win. Navy King Place, Signor Tortoni, win. Randwick, Jack and Werribee. Red Hot Nick in the last at the Valley. Dello's a whole lot on. What else have we got here? Oak Hill into Eyecatchum Fox. I'm hearing the owners declared it to pay for a Vietnam trip. Patrick in Geelong. There's no declarations, mate. We'll just hope the horse runs well. I hope he runs well. Pity I won't be there to watch it, but I'll be calling footy at the time. We'll be doing the Crows North Melbourne blockbuster at Marvel Stadium. We're going to go to a break. Back right after this.
Sportsbet Caulfield Cup Carnival, October 11 to 18. Pre-sale tickets from just $30. Book now at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy Up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back. This is Giddy Up on your Friday. You've only got an hour and a half of me left. So for those that have been yearning for the return of one G Hall, you get your wish. You're back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for our odds couple and then into winners. Keep getting your $100 staking plans in. Our top 4 multi, $9.63 is up on Bet365. Gamble responsibly. It is up there now. But also, if you want to win a double pass to the CF4 Stakes, get your 10 horses in our draft. We want your 10 in our draft and send them to our direct messages on SEN Track on Instagram. I don't know, have you guys got access to the gram out there? Someone? We had a couple come in this morning. Yeah, we have. You beauty. Someone's listening. It's 8:59 and a half, fast approaching 9 o'clock. In about 20 seconds' time, we'll go to the news. Be back. Some of the guns on the other side of this.
Powered by Signet. Good morning. I'm Adam Pont with SEN News. State and Territory Education Ministers from around the country will meet today to talk about improving safety at childcare centres. Their federal counterpart Jason Clare has told the ABC a trial of CCTV cameras will be part of the discussions.
If we're going to roll out CCTV, where is the data stored to make sure it's protected, that it doesn't become a honeypot for bad people to hack into that information?
The Albanese government will also announce almost $200 million in funding towards regulating and better managing the industry. The focus comes after a number of sexual abuse allegations in childcare centres in both Sydney and Melbourne. Meanwhile, the federal government's being urged to act quickly on reforms raised during its 3-day productivity roundtable in Canberra. Treasurer Jim Chalmers has wrapped up the event by promising a host of changes, including speeding up building approvals. The Foreign Minister has signed an international statement condemning plans for an Israeli settlement project in the West Bank. It has been signed by 21 countries, including the UK, Canada and France. In New South Wales, the SES is being kept busy with more than 1,000 calls for help in the last 24 hours due to persistent rain. 42 flood warnings current across the state. And the Menendez brothers are appearing before a parole board more than 3 decades after the murders of their parents. Eric's hearing is today, while Lyle will face the board tomorrow. sen.com.au sport is next. Blues have gone out on high 34-point winners at the G over the Bombers. Coach Michael Voss says green pastures are ahead.
There's been a lot of question marks around my own role, around people around me. Despite that, we've stuck together. And I think that says a lot about a football team and a football club, that you can do that and stay really present to what is happening and be determined to see out the season the right way.
Melbourne Racing Club members, renew your membership before September 1 to save on early bird.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy Up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back to Giddy Up, 9:04 a.m, wherever you are, right around the country. Hello to you. All thanks to the team at Bet365. It's never ordinary when it's brought to you by Bet365. Speaking of not ordinary, $9.63 top four multi up on the app and the website now. Gamble responsibly, as always. But the boys, Paul, Dean, Gano and Ben Caluzzi are in the chair for the top four multi. We're not far away of getting through some of our experts, absolute rippers that we've got on this morning too. I'll wait and get the all clear from the boys when they tell me to go. And the Pope Show is ready, the Pontiff. Hello to you, Popey.
Good morning, Miles.
Hey, mate, I'm up and about. This is my last day in Gareth's chair. And I've just settled into it, and now I've got to go. So last day for me. I want to go out with a bang. I want to go to Morfettville. I want you to lead the way, and then I want to ask you on a particular race.
Right. Okay. Well, mate, you've done a great job. I think Gareth's got a lot of
things to worry
catching
about.
up to do. Absolutely.
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
Keep him on his toes. Keep him on his toes. Hey,
yeah, mate.
What do you make of the parks overall? Rail back into true. Now, they've been what? They've been averaging winning from essentially what, lane sort of 6 probably over the last few meetings there at the parks. It hasn't really been sort of rail leader bias like it normally is, has it?
No, but so with the rail back to the true position, it's the first time for nearly 2 months that is the case. Hence, I am expecting the fence to be okay tomorrow.
What's that, sorry?
Yeah, could you hear me?
Yeah, and I've got you loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm expecting the fence to actually be playing okay. It's the first time in 2 months the rail has been true.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that I'm expecting the track to, because of that, play a bit leaderish.
Yeah, so the horses have got to be, within 3 lengths of the leader, otherwise it's going to be very, very hard.
I think so,
yep.
In saying that, some of these selections I've come up with are bordering on. They're not going to be leading, but I think the obvious one we should be looking at is the Leon McDonald Stakes first miles.
Yep.
There's a very interesting visitor there in that race. Obviously, I'm talking about Splashback. Now. What price is it at the moment?
We're getting around $3 with Bet365.
Yeah, there was plenty of 340 on Wednesday, and I must admit I couldn't resist. I had to have a nibble. It's the class horse in the race. However, I must also admit it goes against a few of my rules. It's obviously the clear fastest horse in the race. However, race shape has me really concerned. The park circuit, as we know, has brought many good horses undone. Tempo in this race with I've got Dubai Poet crossing and leading.
Yes.
Tempo,
I do also.
I've only got it at benchmark. Now, the advantages with Splashback is she won't be settling further back as far back as what she has been of late.
Yep.
I really think that
we got to trust Geordie for that, don't we? Like, he's flying.
Massive. Jordan Childs in the engagement there it's massive. I think if she's she could be, if she's no more than 4 lengths away from the leaders at the 600, she can just get there.
Yep.
Because Dubai Poet leading does, if she's going at benchmark early, I've got Dubai Poet finishing about the same time they ran in this race last year when. Correct me if I'm wrong, it was second to none that won the race. So basically what I'm saying is there's going to be no weakening from the leaders up front. So Splashback can win, however, needs to be within 4 lengths at the 600 metres.
$3 with Bet365 there in the Leon McDonald. Where else are we going, Popey?
Can I also just say, when I ran this race through my AI model, it is all over running by. Like, I haven't seen a figure like that. So running by on my AI model it's come up very short. So just punters, if you want to have something, if you want to oppose splashback, have a good look at running by.
I would probably be splashback running by as my 2, I would have thought. I'd love to see a big return from a horse like Cafe Millennium, but we'll wait and see. Where are we going next, Popey?
Mate, there's a good value play in race 2. It's number 5, Ruled by Thieves. This is on the seven-day backup, and
Mitchie Lewis all over this too.
Last week. It was unbelievable. Unfortunately, it was in that race that we did our money on, Miles. But it was the first time in blinkers. Must have done okay to be backing up here within 7 days. But also the step up to the 1250, I think is huge. Again, this is going against our wanting to settle up on the pace, but it's impossible to ignore that run. The run was massive. It did so much wrong. And to get within that close to the winner at the end was it was a great run, and they went up double figures. I'm not sure what it would be now, but I'm guessing it would still be around the $10 mark.
It is $7.270 with Bet365.
It's really come in. So I think they were betting $11 and $12 on Wednesday. Okay, we've got another value play. Race 5, number 1, Angelica Peel. She's dropping sharply in grade, dropping from benchmark 76 grade. Now, drawn the fence, I'm hoping here she can steal the rails runs. She's better than these when if she was drawn wide, I'd be spruiking her a lot more.
Yep.
She's going to need the breaks. However, again, on Wednesday, I think they went up $15, and she's probably around that mark still.
$9 and $2.95 a place with Bet365.
Okay, so again, there's been money for her. Dropping in grade, it is an open race. However, she's a great each way play.
Beautiful. Are they the 3 main ones there?
Yeah, going to have one more.
Yep.
Again, race 9, it's a really hard race. However, I think number 12, Valancourt, is the big improver in this race. There's plenty of pace engaged up front. I think it gets a really good map here now with Milnes jumping aboard. I think it's a good 1x3 each way play there in the last Valancourt.
$15 and $4.20 with Bet365. Can I ask you your thoughts on race number 4, please, there at Morphettville?
Race 4, what have we got? Okay, I haven't been able to find an edge here. Basically, I've got the Guava being very hard to beat.
Yep.
Now, Big Sue needs a heavy track. I've got a big question mark next to Eye Catch and Fox.
Yep.
Bit of a rebel is the each way value play. Now there's plenty of tempo in this. What have you got your eyes on there, Miles?
Well, I've got Eye Catch and Fox. I would bread it, own it. So we've got it running.
Yep.
Going to town. So I thought 8 was good here. Get across, speed drawn inside with Tupelo, and coming back from a little bit of an abscess, a bit of an injury, and
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to see. I reckon the Guava's probably the hardest to beat in the race too. So I do think that's what we've got to get past. But it draws inside. I reckon we can cross, sit 3 links just off them and go bang, I reckon. Hopefully. Hopefully.
I think you're a great chance. Great chance.
Hey, mate, appreciate your time. I want just a quick one for Moonee Valley if we can, and I'll let you go.
Best race 3, number 1, Crossbow.
Even with the weight swing on exit?
Put away a similar lineup to this. What's that?
With the weight swing on exit? Still with Crossbow again?
Yeah, I thought it had plenty in hand when it put a very similar lineup away last start. Moonee Valley doesn't bother me. I think Crossbow will go very well, and I like race 2. There's no tempo here. But number 5, Flaming Romans, I just can't go past it with that weight drop.
I'm with you there because it'll find the front and be able to do it at its own speed, and then it'll be mighty hard to run down. So I am with you on Flaming Romans. Popey, appreciate your time as always, mate. Go well on the weekend. Up the Fox.
Good luck, Miles.
Good on you, mate. Heath Pope there for a look in SA and here in Victoria. We're going to jump to a break. We'll come back with Nick Ashman on the other side of this. Few people have texted in, how do you find that multi? Well, you open the Bet365 app, just hit racing, and just under the little headers where it says horses, graze, harness, there's a little sort of scroll along. You can scroll the tabs along to the side, just above where it says next to jump. And it says Bet Boost, and you scroll along. There's top 4 there. 722 have placed that multi already, the top 4 multi. Let's get it to 1,000. Well, it's down to $7.90. It was $9.30. Now $7.90. I suggest you do that and do that quickly. We're going to a break. Nick Ashman, other side of this.
Caulfield comes alive with Group 1 racing at the SEN Caulfield Underwood Stakes. Tickets just $20 at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back. This is Giddy Up for Gareth Hall. Miles Pfitzner in the chair just for today. G-Man is back tomorrow, all thanks to the team at Bet365. It's never ordinary. When it's brought to you by Bet365, imagine what you could be buying instead. Top 4 multis up. There's a few starting to put that on, so go find that on the app, our Top 4 multi for the weekend. Always good to chat to this man, Foxcatcher Intel, the beaten favourite, superstar Nick Ashman. Hello, Nico.
Hello, Milo. Hey, are they going to get you your own intro music there? You always fill in for Gareth when he's away, and I just feel like maybe the producers can just get you your own little intro for when it's your turn in the chair.
It's a real ownership thing. Apparently they went to. Gareth demanded that it doesn't show. No, he didn't, but would have made a good story, though.
The boot in, he's overseas.
Well, he was. And so the story is, Nick, he was meant to be back on Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah, so I found out that he wasn't through my powers that be, and they said you have to stay on. So I'm meant to be on leave as we speak.
Oh.
So
where's the G? What's up? Is he crook or something?
No, he just it's something to do with flights. He messed his flights up or something.
Oh, that old chestnut, eh?
Yep. Think he might.
Okay.
Think
Got
he
lost to the bar.
Oh, no, I think he might have found a reason to stay, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, he's not missing out on much here. Well, actually, he's in Melbourne, so you guys had nice weather yesterday. It's bloody awful up here. But, hey, good news going into the Wing Stakes. We're on a heavy 10. There's no rain right now in Sydney, which is a miracle. Noah's Arks is parked out the front of Randwick Racecourse for now. There is a possibility that we may only get another couple of mils between now and race day. But there's also a possibility it could be up to about 20 mils. So my gut feeling, and looking at the skies, I'm not claiming to be the world's best meteorologist, but having lived here for a long time, my gut feeling is that we might be okay here. I think Friday, at least for the rest of today, looks reasonably okay. But there might be a little drizzle here and there, but I don't think we'll get too much more.
We heard a whisper that they may have been looking to maybe flick the meeting to Monday, with sort of tomorrow and Sunday looking all okay.
Yeah, and look, that's not a bad idea. I mean, the thing is it's such a hard job, and I feel sorry for the ATC because they're faced with this conundrum. And
absolutely.
Well, so many times throughout the year. But the problem is that we look at the Wing Stakes, which no doubt we're going to talk about in a moment's time. You've got almost all of the field resuming from a spell. Now, Bjorn Baker wants this run tomorrow because I think it enhances the chances for horses like Robusto, has been well supported. But horses like Via Sistina, Aliana, in particular those two, and to a lesser extent Fangirl and Gringotts, who tend to come up earlier in their preparations anyway, those horses don't really want to be running on. It's not a heavy 10, Milo. It's a heavy 15 out there at the moment.
Yeah.
So, you go around on that first up from the spell, and look, let's just call it for what it is. They're not going to want to be chasing from the 800-metre mark, because if they do, they're going to go flat. So all of a sudden, for stewards and everyone involved, from an integrity point of view, you want every horse out there having a real crack at trying to win. But we all know, even though it's unspoken, that horses resuming from a spell have got a goal in October. They're not going to flog themselves out there tomorrow. They've got to be mindful of their preparations ahead. That's the job of trainers, to make sure they get their horses to the grand final. It's hard for jockeys because the jockeys are sitting there and they get hauled into the steward's room if they seemingly don't give their horse every opportunity. But at the same time, they're also thinking about the big things down the track. So, and then for the poor punter, how do you work it out? I mean, when are they going to push the button on these horses that are first up?
Do you know where I say this to people? And I don't think enough of us do this as tipsters and form analysts. But we are looked after by betting companies and we absolutely love them. But it's okay to tell people sometimes to not have a bet. It's actually, and this is a sort of race, like I'm having a little nibble on Fangirl, a little nibble on Light Infantryman, a little nibble on Chow Wolf, and then I want to cover it with Gringotts, right? But Via Sistina is my favourite horse. I've been on her the whole way, and I wanted to win. And so really, the advice to punters would be just sit back and watch some good horses go around and worry about them next time.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. And what's fascinating about this race is obviously Bjorn's going to have Robusto. Him and Joshy Parr
Hammering
records together. They strike at 27%, which is phenomenal because it's well above what they normally strike out on their own. They're beating market expectations by about 50% through the lifetime of their relationship. So this is a trainer-jockey combination that is up there with the best going around in the country over a sustained period of time. And you know what's going to happen. He's going to go to the front. He ran a decent time last time out when he won. They're going to go to the front and they're going to make this. They're going to put the foot down. And they're going to say, "Catch me if you can."
They're going to try and pinch it.
Yeah, well, exactly like Pride of Jenny kind of style. The stablemate War Eternal might go with them. And then it's just a question of they're going to ask the question of the connections of all those other horses, including V. Sistina.
Yeah.
How much do you want to put into this run? And if you want to win, you're going to have to chase me from a long way out. You're going to have to get on your bike at the 800-metre mark. The gaps will be there for you, J-Mac, because it's going to be a fast-run race. And even though you've drawn barrier one, you'll be able to get off the fence because there'll be plenty of gaps, so the field will be strung out. The question is, do you want to take that gap and do you want to cook your horse a bit first up from a spell? I think it's a fascinating race. I tend to agree with you. If you're going to have a play, you have a little small play and cover yourself. You don't want to be investing huge amounts of money on this race on Saturday. I tend to think that Gringotts is probably, of the big profile horses, and obviously V. Sistina's in her own space there. She's, at this point in time, head and shoulders above the rest on her peak figure. Her stablemate, Aliana, though, I've got a massive opinion of her. It wouldn't surprise me if she gets up near those heights at some point in her career, whether it's spring, I don't know. But Gringotts is the horse of those sort of big timers that I think probably is going to be targeting this race and the George Main in about a month's time. He'll sort of look to get those early Group 1s.
Yep.
Whereas horses like V.S. Sistina, Aliana and co, they're probably
Chow Wolf, Light Infantryman, Maccabi Divas, Turnbulls, Coxes.
Correct. They're later in the spring.
Yep. I agree with you. I'm big on light infantry and Gringotts this spring. I think Gringotts will be there earlier. The one query is going to be the deck here. But he is returned. When I saw some footage of how he came back, I went, can't be the same horse. Bull. Absolute
He's very,
bull.
very good. He's a very, very good horse. He's part owned by the CEO of Kia Australia, Damien Meredith, who you'll see out on the courts during the Australian Open. He's a great bloke, a great investor in horse racing. And Gringotts, look, I know we don't know how he goes on a heavy track, but he's 4 from 6 on the soft, and some of his best figures are on the soft. So if that's any indication, his trial on a heavy
Perincano
earlier this month. Yeah, Perincano. I think he'll get through it. The little query just on him, Milo, before we move on, is just barrier 10, 1,400-metre start point at Randwick is the trickiest one. They go straight into that top corner. And just sometimes you can cover a bit of extra ground, and it's already going to be a testing race. And you just don't want to make it that little bit more testing for yourself. But on the plus side, if they do string out, he should be able to just drop in pretty quickly. I think Tommy will settle 4th or 5th, trailing the likes of Robusto, Lindemann and War Eternal. And I reckon if you are playing in the race, you've got to make sure you have something on Gringotts because he'll be Johnny on the spot getting the right run.
Anything else in Sydney?
Yeah, look, just the race before that is the Toy Show. Now, all eyes will be on Autumn Glow. I think if she wins and wins in fast time, she may get that Everest slot. And that might then sort of change the course of her spring because she obviously at this point in time, they're talking about an Epsom handicap. And then if she goes to the Everest, maybe Aliana goes towards an Epsom handicap. It's a softer target for her than the Cups that Chris has already sort of suggested she won't go to. But in that Toy Show race 7, I thought number 9, More Territories, a really good fresh filly, down on 53 kilos the limit. She's got good wet form from just one run. She's bred to swim, and Johnny O'Shea knows how to get him ready first up. I just think at a bit of a price, she's a good sort of 1x3, 1x4 bet if you want to play that way.
Nico, can I hold you over the news?
Yeah, of course you can, mate.
I'll hold you over the news and I'll grab you on the other side of this. Nick Ashman, still plenty more to come. We'll be back on the other side of this thanks to the team at Bet365. It's never ordinary when it's brought to you by Bet365. Nick Ashman is with me. He's just going to join me on the other side of this. Don't want to cut him off, and I haven't missed a heart out in 3 weeks. Not one.
Powered by Signet, making SEN News this hour. State and Territory education ministers from around the country will meet today to talk about improving safety at childcare centres. The federal government's being urged to act quickly on reforms raised during its 3-day productivity roundtable in Canberra. Treasurer Jim Chalmers flagging speeding up building approvals as one of the outcomes. The Foreign Minister has signed an international statement condemning plans for an Israeli settlement project in the West Bank. And the Menendez brothers are appealing before a parole board more than 3 decades after the murders of their parents in the US. sen.com.au sport is coming up next. Well, the Brisbane Lions had almost 100 more marks than Freo in last week's 57-point win, but Sam Mitchell, whose Hawks faced them on Sunday, says that's not how they win a game.
If you look at where their scoring comes from, it comes from front half turnovers. So they use their uncontested marks to get it into their front half, but it's not actually what makes them a really potent side. It's their clearance work and their clean hands and how difficult it is to get it out of there.
Stowe Storage, Caulfield Spring Opener, Saturday the 30th of August. $20 tickets at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back to Giddy Up. Miles Pfitzner with you, 9:32am. Nick Ashman from the Beaten Favourite and Foxcatcher Intel joins me. Nick, I didn't want to cut you completely off there before we finished talking about Randwick, but we've discussed we've discussed the last one. Someone just said, will Gringotts start shorter or at better odds? I think it'll probably start a bit shorter, won't it?
Yeah, I think so. I've got him marked 450.
Yeah.
I just think that it's going to be so testing on Saturday. Even though our intel is saying off-rail, lanes 5 and beyond, the thing is that I just don't know if you want to be conceding a massive amount of ground. We did get told that back markers should get their chance on Saturday with that off-rail bias, but I just feel like you might still want to be sort of up there, particularly in a race where horses are first up. I just, other than Vias and Steno, I think some of those back markers might find it hard to pick up the horses on top of the speed, particularly if Robusto really runs along.
Have you got anything else in Sydney? You haven't had a look down here? What's anything else tickle your fancy anywhere?
Well, look, in Sydney race 6, it's just a bit of a watch. I think at this time of year it's a bit of a watch, but particularly when you've got the heavy 10s. Race 6, number 4, a Garwood, a really promising horse from the Waterhouse and Bott stable. Obviously takes on within the law, gets a 2 kilo, weight allowance off within the law, who's got the superior record. But a Garwood's very, very good. Talking to Timmy Clark, it's one of the horses he's looking forward to seeing this spring. I just thought in the same race, maybe Memo might be able to cause a bit of a boil over at double-figure odds there as well. And then earlier in the day, one from down your way who ran last start up here, race 3, number 1, Juju Kibo.
Oh, I love this horse. He just keeps winning, doesn't he?
Yeah, Milo, I've got a feeling he might be a Metropolitan handicap horse.
I was just about to say, if he snuck into a Metrop, he could cause a boil over.
Yeah, I think he's got that Kieran kind of feel to him. Kieran, I don't think, Kieran Ma and Chris Waller are the 2 best trainers of stayers in the country in terms of results anyway. Granted, they get the stock to do it. But what Kieran does particularly well, and I think he's on a little island on his own, is he can get these horses up and keep them up for a long time, the stayers. I first noticed it with Persan in 2018, who raced right through the winter and ran in the Melbourne Cup, was the first Aussie home. Running 5th, I think, behind Cross Counter from memory.
Yes.
And then I've seen it a lot. And Juju Kibo's been up for a while. This galloper resumed from a spell back in May, 30th of May, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him end up in a Metro. He was very strong. It was a fast run 2,000 metre race last time out. Milo, normally I'm very cautious about backing horses first go 2,400 metres in a preparation or just first go 2,400 metres first stop, which this horse is both. So, but he's coming out of a fast run 2,000 metre race on a testing track. So I feel like if ever that box is going to get ticked, it's by this horse on Saturday. If he's as good as I think he might be, he should take care of that field. The only horse on ratings that can match him is Bluestone, who does have multiple runs under a mile and a half, does get J-Mac in the saddle. But I just feel like Bluestone finds reasons to get beaten, whereas Juja finds reasons to win.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. Right there. Fully agree with you. Hey,
Moonee Valley?
Yes,
you got a
please.
bit going on down there too. It's a bit of a quieter week with the Carline Stakes, but just keep an eye out in race 2, Jenny Vamoose.
Yes.
She was electric from the back. She absolutely smashed the benchmark 78 standard last time out. She ran the third fastest last 200 metres of the meeting, which for a horse racing over 2,500 metres is pretty bloody good. She beat Bluestone in that race, but she beat him comfortably, and she came from the tail at the Valley, which is not easy to do. She goes back to the Valley again on Saturday. I think she'll win, but I just got a funny feeling. We said to our subscribers, look, don't be afraid to have a little snippet of Caulfield Cup for her. A long way to go between now and then, but the fact that they're stepping her straight from that benchmark 78 up to an open quality tells me that they want to get her domestic rating up. And there's only one reason why you want to get a domestic rating up. That's to get into feature races. So there's 200 to 1 around town for her. I think you could do worse things and have $20 each way on her for a Caulfield Cup in case she comes out and does the same thing again tomorrow she did last start.
Mate, pretty concise, but I think, Jennifer Moose in that race, I do like the horse going forward. I think Flamin' Romans is going to try to dictate terms from the front, but that did rate really well, the Bluestone race.
It did. And Flamin' Romans is the one for mine, just with the way the track's likely to play. He was off 42 days going into that Jenny Vermoose race last time out, so he probably considered a bit of race fitness. Now he strips fitter. He goes forward on a day where we're expecting leaders and on-pace runners to have a bigger advantage than they did that day at the Valley. And so he gets those ticks in his favour. So definitely take your point. I think he's the one that she's definitely got to beat. I just feel like maybe the ceiling's there with Flaming Romans to some degree. I'm scared of saying that with a Kieran Marstay because he seems to get him to improve even at start number 20 and beyond. Whereas I think Jenny Vermoose, just the fact that she was able to produce the third fastest last 200 metres of the meeting to win at the Valley last time out, there's something just a little bit sexy about the way this mare is progressing. And if she keeps going the way she has been going, boy, oh boy, look out. I mean, she was first up. This preparation, she came off 424 days into this prep, Milo, and she was very good first up, and she's just gone right on with it. So she's just got something about her that says that she might be a bit better than what we all think at this point in time.
Nico, appreciate your time as always, mate, and catch it at the Beaten Favourite or Foxcatcher Intel, mate. Always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'll catch you over spring.
Best of luck, Milo. I'll see you down there, buddy.
Nick Ashman there is an absolute ripper, one of the best in the business. Hey, what we might do, we'll clear a break. A couple of things I want to mention. Top 4 multi, Bet365. Go and jump on, gamble responsibly. Collingwood at the line tonight should be $22.50.90. You can go and get on. My best bets later, maybe don't get on. But we're going to go to a break. Chris Nelson on the other side of this.
Melbourne Racing Club members, renew your membership before September 1 to save on early bird.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back to Giddy Up. Miles Pfitzner with you right around the country. Just saw a quote from our sister station. Good to see that Chris Waller jumped on RSN this morning. He said he's going to have a look at the track and make some pretty hard decisions. We put a call into the team, the Waller camp, and unable to get them. We tried to get him yesterday, tried to get him again today. So well done to the team over there at RSN and getting the quote there from Chris. So he's going to have a look at some of the runners there. Looking forward to working with RSN quite closely when we come back on September the 1st. So thoroughly looking forward to it. But Chris Waller on RSN, the sister station, saying he's going to have a look at the track and see what happens. Let's get up to Queensland. Love talking to this man. Hello to you, Chris Nelson.
Hello to you, Milo. How are you this morning?
Not bad, not bad. What are we working with at Eagle Farm, my friend?
I think we'll be working on something like a soft 5 to kick things off. We were a soft 5 yesterday. We dropped back with 5 mils of rain overnight to a soft 6 this morning, but the rain's gone now. It's 24 degrees today, not overly sunny, but it still will dry out. We know this track does dry well. So I'd say kick off on a soft 5 tomorrow. We may get an upgrade during the day. I've
got some mates on a golf trip. It's actually the TaylorMade boys. Shout out to Tommy and the team at TaylorMade, the new QI35. Raining there in Byron Bay pretty heavily. So,
oh, yeah, it's pouring there.
Certainly is. What have you got for me, mate? Where do you want to go?
Race 2, number 5, Impervious, was one I was pretty keen on first up a couple of weeks ago. Now, if you have a look at the replay of that race, Emily Lang just got caught up a couple of times in the straight behind rivals, and I don't think was really suited on the soft 7. So I think a firmer track tomorrow will help. 1,200 metres will help. And a bit more luck will also help. So I would say stick with Impervious because I liked what I saw from her trials. She showed a bit of a turn of foot there.
Yeah.
And it's hard to show a turn of foot on a wet track. So race 2, number 5, Impervious, you agree?
Like it. It's
okay.
You only got to worry about the stablemate in that race, in Foreign Press, don't you? That's it.
Foreign Press. And I think Foreign Press was the one, and Tony Gollan did say post-race, out of his 3 runners in that race that day, Foreign Press won. It was the one most likely to handle the wet, and it did. But not as wet tomorrow.
53.5 up to 59.5 too off its last start too. I don't like that too much. A big amount of weight to change.
Agreed.
Where are we going next?
Race 4, number 6, Without Parallel, was very impressive winning in Sydney last start. Won a highway in really good style. 4 starts, 4 wins. Beat Berezka at Eagle Farm before that first up. Berezka, they meet again tomorrow, and I've been on Berezka the whole way through, but I'm jumping ship because I think this Without Parallel goes all right. And Berezka, for mine, wants further. I'm not telling Kieran May how to train. Wouldn't be a good move, but I do think Without Parallel, who will be in front of Berezka in the run, will be far too good.
Johnny O'Neill gave a bit of a push for Berezka, but, I mean, nothing improves horses like ownership.
Yeah, exactly. I got a couple more here. Let's keep going. Race 6, number 1, Kibosh goes round in an average race. I thought his win last time out was good. He's been kept nice and fresh, 5 weeks between runs. I think he can win again even with the weight rise. So race 6, number 1, Kibosh.
He's pushing up. He'll nearly crack $1 million, Kibosh, won't he? Like 750,000. Unbelievable.
Yeah, He's run some good races in some good races.
He's good horse.
It just should be too good for those, you would think.
You'd love to
now
own
race
him.
Couple more. I'd love to own him. I sure would. Would I what? Race 7, number 6, Just Flying, was a good run last start in a race where there was a lot of speed. No, he was the only one to hold on, and he did a really good job of it. I think he can handle the extra 200 metres tomorrow, and this race doesn't look like there will be much speed. So race 7, number 6, and we'll round it out. Race 8, number 13, Boom Shot. I liked his second up run. He gets to 1,400 metres tomorrow. He's third up. He drops in weight, and Ange Jones jumps on. So I think very hard to beat, and you can back him each way. Race 8, number 13, Boom Shot. There's an interesting runner there, Milo. Number 6 is Trialwell, ex-Irish galloper.
Oh.
Formal display, Team Archibald.
Might run twice, to be sure, Chris.
That's exactly right. I love that.
Hey, sorry, that was bad. Hey, just quickly, I think Golden Boom's going to go massive tomorrow here at the Valley. Massive.
Yeah, I would think so. That's the sort of track where Golden Boom's really suited, around that sharp turning valley track. So Golden Boom will go well, and I think Yellow Brick will run well in Sydney also.
I do too. Appreciate you jumping on with me, mate. Best of luck over the weekend.
Pleasure. Good luck. Thanks, Milo.
Chris Nelson there with a look at Eagle Farm. Are we going straight to Pete Anthony's or are we going to a break? We're going to a break. Everyone, handle bars down. We are going to a break. All thanks to the team at Bet365. Top 4 multi is up. Jump on it, back to $7.23. And also, jump on the SEN Track Insta. Give us your 10 horses. If you beat us, you get tickets to the CF4 Stakes Day on the SEN Track deck. Back in a moment.
Sportsbet Caulfield Cup Carnival, October 11 to 18. Pre-sale tickets from just $30. Book now at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy up with Gareth Hall. The Western Whip Around. Tune in to Racing WA TV on 7+, your ultimate destination for everything racing in the West.
Time for the Western Whip Around. I'm joined by Pete Anthonys, thanks to Racing WA TV on 7+, your ultimate destination for everything racing in the West. Pistol Pete, hello to you.
Morning to you, Miles.
What are we liking at Belmont?
Just the one confirmed race at this stage for me. I'm expecting the track will dry out. We haven't got an update to the track rating, so it's currently listed as heavy. It will end up being in the soft, so expect that later today. But look, race 3 on the card, there's 2 horse play here for me. Number 5, Empress of India, is just going super this preparation. There's no other way to put it. And this race actually looks really suitable. Not a heap of speed on paper, so I think Jason Whiting should be able to make use of the gate in barrier 2. $5, I think that's a really nice price given a few of the other runners, namely Snow Prince, Under Influence and Costa Zeta. Look, they all look pretty short given they're not going to exactly find a suitable race here. So I've got Empress of India favourite, and I'm going to have something on Masamune as well. I think they're the 2 horses that really look suited by this 1,000-metre race. So race 3, number 5 and number 2, 2 horse play there at Belmont.
That's good. I am 4-2 Yorga Pride, boom. 6-11 Twilight Tale, boom. 8-9 Schmoove Mover, boom.
So it's interesting with Twilight Tale, isn't it? I mean, that horse almost reads of the profile where Bob's going to bring her back to maybe 1-2 starts, try and knock something off, and then tip her out and then aim her up at the features later in the year.
Absolutely.
So I can absolutely see that point of view, and it looks a pretty suitable race and map. If they're making ground, Yorga Pride might actually end up drifting as well with Chanel Cooper on board, the apprentice. It does look a little bit of a sticky gate, but the last 4 meetings at Belmont, they've really been making ground out wide to the point where it's almost disadvantaging those on speed. So I don't really see there's any reason why that will change all of a sudden. But, you know, if they're making ground the first 3 races, I think Yorga Pride looks like a really nice, that was a great win first up over Snow God. And could well and truly be a good price late. So we'll just wait and see what the market and the track's doing. I'm a little bit gun-shy at the moment, just given the way the tracks have been playing in WA, but I think this is a nice meeting to just pay attention early.
Pete, appreciate your time as always, brother.
No worries, Miles. Good to chat.
Pete Anthonys, tune into Racing WA TV on 7+, your ultimate destination for everything racing in the West. Still got more to come on the other side of this, including Bag of Tips. Couple of shout-outs. One of my old mates, Michael Newton, used to play at the Demons, took Mark of the Year many, many years ago. He is playing up there and coaching at the Warrowly Lions. They've got their first final since 2019. He's kicked 129 in the season, and they go into their first final. I think he might have kicked 12 or 13 last week as well. Shout out to Juice and the Warrowly Lions, booting your home up there. I might even sneak up there for a couple of games next year. So hopefully... there's some room in the midfield up there for a 38-year-old, just elite right foot kick. Outside, I'll play outside. I'm too old to play inside, but hopefully you can sneak me in, Juice. But shout out to you and the boys. Hopefully you go well in the finals. First time in the finals since 2019. The Warrowly Lions. Hey, Bag of Tips coming up on the other side of this. Don't forget... we have our top 4 multi is up on Bet365, in from 9.20 into 7.20. They're piling in. You should too. That's Gano, Dean Watling, Paul Sebastiani and Ben Caluzzi from Bet365. It's never ordinary when it's brought to you by Bet365. My best bets and all that will go up a bit later, but confidence pretty low this weekend. Do like the 3 there at Belmont. I mentioned a few others. Juju Kaboo. I like Exit and Aleppo Pine. And I've backed Golden Boom each way. I've backed to Burger Rack and I saved Stolly Bolly. I think Stolly Bolly, if it doesn't win, the Burger Rack wins. So that'll be a fascinating runner there too. Hey, what we might do is jump to the 10 o'clock news on the other side of this. Do we have them all or do we read them? We've got them all today, don't we? Are we going to read? Oh, we read. So Mitch Lewis, Luke Havanassian, Darren Carroll, Amanda Rando, Andrew O'Toole. We'll get Robbie Ringland on, though, for Canberra. And then we might chat a little bit of AFL. But the one thing I did want to mention to you, if you're betting in the AFL and you want to take the Collingwood game, the line's now 24.5. That's going to continue to grow. Still $1.90. Take it. Gamble responsibly. It's just free money. Gamble responsibly. Sorry, Bryce. Back.
Powered by Signet, I'm Adam Pont with SEN News. The government will reveal a $189 million funding package to improve safety in childcare today. Education ministers from across the country meeting to discuss improvements that can be made to the sector. The policy comes after a spate of recent sexual abuse allegations at early education centres in Sydney and Melbourne. More effective use of CCTV, a national workers register and tougher penalties for breaches of standards will also be discussed. Meanwhile, a man's been charged after allegedly possessing child abuse material and video artefacts of terrorist attacks on his mobile phone. Federal police say he took part in a gathering of right-wing extremists in Sydney and was also a member of an online chat group where illicit material was discussed. The 25-year-old is due in court today. There's bipartisan support for reducing the cost of the NDIS. It comes as the Health Minister earlier announced a plan to divert kids with mild to moderate autism off the scheme and instead have them supported by a new separate program. Liberal Senator Jane Hume telling Seven she's all for it.
It was supposed to cost around $13 billion a year. It's now costing nearly $50 billion a year. In order to make sure that the NDIS is sustainable, something's got to give.
Penny Wong is calling on the Israeli government to urgently retract its plan for a settlement in the West Bank. The Foreign Minister has joined 20 other countries, including Canada, Japan and Ireland, in condemning the move. And a thrill for Beatles fans with the whole of the band's anthology compilations, plus a doco and a book being revamped. Sports next. Well, Tom de Koning didn't do much to dispel the worst-kept secret in football after the Blues' 34-point victory over the Bombers last night.
Can't thank the boys enough for getting the win tonight. Yeah, it's one I'm definitely going to remember. So, yeah, thanks for all the good times over the past 8 years or so it's been. And obviously a disappointing year, but keep going and do good things soon.
Sportsbet Caulfield Cup Carnival, October 11 to 18. Pre-sale tickets from just $30. Book now at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy Up with Gareth Hall. The Giddy Up Bag of Tips for Oz Equipment Rentals. Supplying equipment to the construction, mining and roadworks industries. OzEquipment.com.
Welcome back to Giddy Up. Time for Bag of Tips. All the boys coming in and out of the studio. You're really starting to annoy me in the last 25 minutes here, you lot. You really are. Unbelievable. All thanks to the team at Bet365. It's never ordinary when it's brought to you by Bet365. And, of course, with Bet365, you get Top Tote Plus, the best payout across all three national totes. What is gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. The mighty Ultima Hotel in the heart of the Mallee, just down the road from Swan Hill. Make sure You swing by for a cold beer. They do meet off the famous Smoker too there on Sundays as well. Shout out to Shano and the team. And, of course, Oz Equipment Rental, supplying equipment to the construction, mining and roadworks industries. Just head to ozequipment.com. Mitch Lewis, Geelong, had a good push from JD Hayes too. Race 8, number 10, Home Zone. Let's go. Geelong, 8-10, Home Zone. Let's get to Luke Havanassian. Canberra, 6-1, take the wrap. 6-1, take the wrap. It's what Rankin should have done. And 7-7, push a lot. 7-7, push a lot. 6-1, take the wrap. 7-7, push a lot. Let's get to Darren Carroll in the harness for Mildura. Race 2, number 8, Tough Ain't Enough. That's Mildura, 2-8, Tough Ain't Enough. And So Hot It's Melton. Race 2, number 4, Tell Me About It. One word. Race 2, 4 at Melton, Tell Me About It. And race 6, number 9, Inspire. 6-9, Inspire. Amanda Rando for Harness Racing New South Wales, the home of the Carnival of Cups, where Australian music royalty meets quality harness racing action. Let's get into Amanda Rando's tips. At Wagga, race 6, number 3, Jenny Blue. That's race 6, number 3, Jenny Blue. We go to Newcastle, race 1, number 7, Kiss Me Elvis. It's actually Kiss Melvis. Kiss Melvis. And race 2, number 2, Crusader Miss. And 3-1, Destiny Stride. 1-7, 2-2, 3-1 at Newcastle. Let's go. Andrew O'Toole, we got him down the line. All thanks to NT Thoroughbred Racing. It's the best show on sand in the top end this Saturday. Hello, Tooley man.
Hello, Milo. How are you, mate?
I'm good. It's my last day here at, I think, forever. The way Bryce has treated me this morning. Unbelievable. I should have taken the money, and I should take the money, shouldn't I?
You should.
And run, yeah, I should. Hey, what do you got for me?
Really good day tomorrow here at headquarters. First day back since you were here and I was here last on Darwin Cup Day, of course. And it's the day we remember the late Melanie Tyndall, who passed away on a race fall here just under 6 years ago. It's the Melanie Tyndall Memorial Race Day, the feature named in her honour, and that's race 5. I'm going here with Chris Nash's number 5, Hello World. This is a really good race, Molly. There's no less than 5 of these horses ran in the Palmerston.
Yes.
Back on the 2nd of August. So it's a ripping field, and I thought Hello World, even though it's 1,000 metres, probably a little on the short side for him. I thought from the inside gate he'll be able to posse just behind the speed, and he's got a strong finish, as we saw when he finished 4th in the Palmerston. So race 5, number 5, Hello World. And in the last on the card, 6 races tomorrow, number 5, Tellusion, Chloe Baxter and Jason Lyon. They had a marvellous carnival together. Grassy's last day of riding in Darwin tomorrow. He goes back to Cold Albury on Sunday, so he'll be looking to go out on a winning note with number 5, Tellusion, in the last. I think it'll be hard to beat.
Beautiful. So race 5 and race 6 on what is a very special day up there, and thinking of all the Tyndall family, I know that was spoken quite a bit when we were up there too, the Melanie Tyndall Memorial Race Day there at Darwin. Anything else coming up, Tully? What's on the horizon up there for NT Racing in the season?
Yeah, next Friday is a good meeting in Alice Springs, Miles. It's the Truckies Reunion Day. 20th anniversary of the Trucking Hall of Fame reunion, always held in Alice Springs at this time of the year, and a 5-race card there. The Winter Series final of 40,000 up for grabs there next Friday, as well as the Cummins Cup, which is the open sprint on the day, 27,500 up for grabs there. So they're the next. That's the next meeting in the top, in the territory, as it were. And then the following week we're back here in Darwin. So racing continues on into September, and then of course we get into the good spring racing in October and November. So plenty to see and do here in the top end and in the Red Centre. And the weather, Miles, continuing to be beautiful.
Oh, absolutely magic. Absolutely magic, Tully. We'll be seeing you sooner rather than later, I'm sure of that. Mate, appreciate your time as always, and go well this weekend.
Good on you, mate. Have a good weekend.
Andrew O'Toole there, NT Thoroughbred Racing. It's the best show on sand in the top end this Saturday, the Melanie Tyndall Memorial Race Day up there. Not far away from getting our main man, Robbie Ringland, on. The boys will tell me when he's there. He is there. All thanks to Canberra Racing, home of the Group 3 Black Opal Stakes and listed Tab Canberra Cup every March. I'm Ron Burgundy, aren't I? I'll literally read anything that's written on the form. Hey, all thanks to the Tab Canberra Cup every March. Robbie Ringland, hello to you, mate.
Good morning, Miles. Thanks for having me on, mate.
Hey, Robbie, look, I'm not going to put any pressure on you here, but I've got my Punters Club lunch today. I clearly haven't done any form at Canberra in the 7-race card, and I need a couple big time. I'm going to tell them that they were mine. I'm going to be upfront about it, that they weren't yours, but I need a couple. What have you got for me?
Mate, I hope I can send you home a hero.
Yes, please do.
On the program today, Acton Track Grand Final day today, so it's a culmination of our synthetic racing season. Going to kick off in race 3 with a horse called Helligan, a new addition to the Nat Jarvis stable. Joins from Godolphin. They've had a bit of success with ex-Godolphin horses in the past, and there's a little bit of jump-out footage getting about this horse, and you can audibly quite clearly hear Jimmy Ennis refer to the horse as a rocket. So I think that's good enough for a race like this. Finds a pretty moderate maiden, and you're getting $5 to find out.
So can you just repeat the race number and horse number, please?
Race number 3, horse number 9, Helligan.
Race 3, number 9, Helligan, $4.80 currently. $4.80. You like that? Where are we going next?
I do like that, mate. In the final event, a horse called Push a Lot really impressed me first up after a 6-month spell, and I think the move back to the home track on the Acton, where she really flourishes, is a big tick. So she's had 3 goes on the Syntho for a win and 2 seconds. There's a bit of speed involved, and she'll be one of the key players. So she'll either sit outside the leader or potentially one out, one back. And I think she's going good enough to win what is a relatively good class too. So she's about $3.30 currently with Tab.
Certainly is. With Bet365, I think you're getting a little bit more than that. But also, Luke Havanassian has that tipped as well. So good to see you two lining up. Make sure I have a bet on it. You got anything else for us while you're there?
Mate, those are the 2 major ones. If you're looking for something at each way odds, potentially a horse called Minx Written in race 4. Lightweight comes back for its second prep. Was a decent trialer as a 2-year-old and just didn't come up in its first prep. So back as a 3-year-old, lightweight in a 1,080 maiden on its home track, and seen a bit of support early, which is promising. So it's about $9-10.
Race 4, Minx Written. Hey, mate, greatly appreciate your time as always, my friend. Go well, and looking forward to maybe rolling into Canberra one day. I haven't been to the races there yet, and I'd love to get there.
More than welcome here, Miles.
Robbie Ringland there. Thanks to Canberra Racing's home of the Group 3 Black Opal Stakes and the listed Tab Canberra Cup every March. Shout out to the team at Canberra Racing. What we are going to do, I think we clear a break now. Yes, sir. My last break over 3 weeks. So we'll come back on the other side of this and chat a little bit of AFL. Maybe talk about how good that same game multi was last night at $5, Paul. Maybe we will. We'll come back on the other side of this. Don't forget, from the team at Bet365, our top form multi is up on the app and the website now. You'll see it under Bet Boost, SEN Track. There were 730, I think, have been on it before. Go and jump on board. And as always, gamble responsibly. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
Sportsbet Caulfield Cup Carnival, October 11 to 18. Pre-sale tickets from just $30. Book now at Ticketek.
Live across Australia on SEN Track. Giddy Up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back. Miles Pfitzner with you for Giddy Up right around the country, all thanks to Bet365. Just remember too, Bet365 Top Tote Plus. You get the best payout across all 3 national totes. What is gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. And our top 4 multi is up on the Bet365 app. They are piling into that, so please gamble responsibly, but go and have a nibble. Landed last week from the boys, so hopefully they can do it again. Just want to mention a couple of things. Just news through here. Brett Devine from the Australian Turf Club, RE Randwick and the Group 1 Winx Stakes. This is through Lewis Willoughby there at Sky. Shout out to Louis, absolute ripper. 33 mils of rain overnight, 180 mils in the last 7 days, which we told you earlier, of course. There was another burst this morning, but Michael Wood reported no surface water on the track post that shower. Track has had a month off. Rail true first time since May. Meeting goes ahead. So we just saw earlier that someone from the Chris Waller camp, I'm unsure if it was Chris or not, was on RSN this morning, and they mentioned that he's got to make some decisions about what horses go around. So, look, I as advice to the punters out there, tread with caution, probably wait until race day. I mean, I'm not a heavy track guy. I just nibble whatever I'm sort of happy to lose for the day. I don't mind it or nibble on a few horses, but I wouldn't be going diving in like Greg Louganis style into the Randwick meeting on a heavy 15/17 because you just don't know what you're going to get. It's as simple as that. I'll welcome back in for the last 8 or 9 minutes, Paul Sebastiani. Paulo.
Kind of sad this is wrapping all up with you during this period, mate.
Not after the tirade I just gave to you guys.
Yeah, we copped a few strays.
Oh yeah, not as many as normal.
No. Which is a welcome change to a point. Hey, Premier League this weekend again.
Yeah,
match week number 2. Now we went 1 from 2 last week. The Wolves double chance versus Manchester City went under, but we backed Leeds United at the head-to-head, and they got the job done with a very late penalty.
Perfect.
But we are going to be against Leeds United this weekend. Now Arsenal, who you referenced earlier on the program, through no knowledge of your own.
What a great segue!
Milo.
What a great segue that was into Dylan Dunn. Ask him about Ezra. He just goes, "I've just got the jumper, brother."
Ezra Poyas. He used to be an old Tasmanian devil. Back in the day.
Who was I even talking about?
Eberishi Eze.
Yeah, okay.
Who has just signed. Yes.
Eze.
He's just signed with Arsenal. It's about to be unveiled.
Yep.
He won't play this weekend, but Arsenal versus Leeds United. Now, we tipped a few correct score bets on the Lids Fly on Monday night with the great man Mitch Abaya, who of course is in fine form. But we are tipping correct score this weekend. So we're having 4 plays, but all at double figure odds, Milo. So we're going to back Arsenal to win 4-0, 4-1, 5-0 and 5-1. Bet365.com.au. So the correct scores there in those particular games, we will get... where are the correct scores on Bet365? It'd help if I actually had them up beforehand. Hey, here we go. Arsenal 4-0 with 365 is $13.
Yeah.
4-1 is $19. 5-0 is $26. And 5-1 is $34. So if you want to stake them all for even profit, so your stake will be a little different, or if you want to stake them all evenly and get those rough odds up, by all means. So we had a bit of luck with the correct scores last season, and I think Arsenal, first home game, new signing, they'll be up and about, and I think they will win pretty comfortably against Leeds. So let's take those 4 bets. Don't have to spend too much. $5 each bet, $10 each bet, and away you go.
Like it. Hey, I'll keep reiterating this. The line, Bet365, 23.5 Collingwood, $1.91 on Bet365.
That your little multi-booster for the weekend if you want to take it.
They are going to donkey lick them.
They were pretty good.
Absolutely.
They were good last week despite not winning against Adelaide.
Clary's just sent me a message. He said,
not happy?
No, he said you can get stuffed. I said, look, that's fair enough, but wowee. I mean, yeah.
Any other value from the weekend?
$3.40 or more, Collingwood. $3.40 or more.
Pile in.
$2.20, 30 or more. You could dare, yeah. Wow, we $2.20, the $3, the $1.90, the $2.20, and the $3.
I'll tell you what I reckon might be on the cards. Gold Coast minus 53.5 against Essendon. That could be a butcher job.
What's the weather like? Where is it?
Up in Gold Coast. I know it was forecast rain.
Yeah,
but it's not going to rain on match day.
The weather will be imperative, but Gold Coast will be ready to fire too. But
23 and clear. Thanks to Eve here. He's given us the weather. 23 and clear.
Hey, we've got a few other things coming up. We've mentioned before the draft that Cam and I did. If you want to win some double passes to the SEN Track deck, Paulo.
Yes.
Get your top 10 horses in. Go check us out on Instagram, SEN Track Instagram. Put your 10 horses in. You get to pick any 10. We had to pick, I don't know what the word is, intermittently. What's the word? I pick, he picked, right? And so we've put them up. You get 5 Group 1s only, but including the Golden Eagle as well. And if you get the most amount of points and beat us, the top 5 that beat us, you'll get a double pass to C4 Stakes Day on the SEN Track deck.
Fantastic.
With us. How good's that?
Very, very good. Get to see your Bonts there at the racetrack.
Bonts.
Yep.
Well, I will be. We can't announce anything yet, can we? No, I'm not allowed to.
Okay. Embargoed.
Yeah, there's. We've got a few things.
Hush, hush.
Yep. I just seem to be embargoed. I've been embargoed for 5 years here at SEN. Yeah, it's Miles embargo, Pfitzner. Miles, you're not allowed to know anything. Gee whiz. Anyway, I've had a good 3 weeks.
We have. It's been a lot of fun.
It has been fun.
G-Man's back tomorrow morning.
Couple of highlights. Playing the Western Bulldogs theme song to Mitch Friedman was a highlight.
He's a Canterbury Bulldogs fan.
Canterbury Bulldogs supporter.
That was great.
Yeah, you know, Dylan Dunn today walked straight into that one, didn't
he? In fairness, he was wearing a Spurs jacket on .com yesterday.
Yeah.
So, and there's no way knowing that if you... Actually, maybe because he didn't know about them. That's why he probably wore it. Because if you do know about it, you probably want to keep it on the down low, as Eth, our digital man here, would know, because he's a big Tottenham man.
Yeah. What about the interview with Shirichi Tarachi? I asked him about riding light. He answered a different question, but that was certainly a highlight.
I hope we plunge one of his in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
For Stokes.
Well, he can ride. He can ride. Hey, a lot of people are texting in. They've been pretty kind. Don't forget your $100 staking plans. Gareth will get you on the show next week if you land them.
He will.
Hey,
our man from inside Government House up there in Brisbane was doing a good job with the multis.
Certainly was. Yeah, we've got a few of those. Few of those boys. Someone sent me a text once. They were all at their work, and in their Slack chat, they had a whole Slack channel where they'd listen to track while they were all at their desks on the one level and punt. And they said you'd see a bloke over on a floor of like 100 people, and someone's there cheering at the same, and you knew the 2 blokes that were listening to track in their office. He goes, mate, we're all public servants. No one's doing any work. And that's nothing against it. That was out of their mouth, not out of mine.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, I do want to mention too, I haven't had an opportunity to say this publicly or really to anything else. But the team at RSN, of course, there's final editions of Racing Pulse and RSN Breakfast. They're quickly approaching. And a shout out to Half and to Felgate for what they've been able to do for RSN for a very, very long period of time. They're obviously going on to other things. But look, I'm young and relatively new to all of this industry. So I'm sort of not used to sort of people that you know and have said g'day to and whatnot in and out of places. But a big shout out to them. They're having a one last ride thing at the Bells Hotel. I hope all goes well for them, and the transition over to RSN is a smooth one. But sincerely really, I just wanted to say that they've done a magnificent job, and hopefully everything is all in the spirit and good for racing moving forward. So hopefully those guys stay involved in sport and in racing around the place too, because they're very, very good at their jobs and they're very good blokes. So I just wanted to say that while I had an opportunity here. Hey, Paulo, appreciate jumping on, brother.
Absolute pleasure.
You're back the Fox tomorrow?
Of course, mate.
Back the...
Absolutely.
What
Rochelle
does
Milnes.
the Fox say?
Rochelle Milnes, she'll just click it up at the 400 and...
Rochelle.
Release of the reins at the 350 and away you go.
Hey, Miles, hope you have a good holiday. Can you just tell me Mitch Lewis's tip? Well, it was home zone. Geelong today, wasn't it? That's what we're backing. So hopefully we'll have a crack there. All my best bet videos and whatever, they'll go up a bit later on, so you can scrounge through them if you want later on, but low staking this weekend. Paulo, shout out to you, Heath, Louis and the team for looking after me. Gareth will be back in the chair tomorrow morning from 8 a.m. for the odds couple with Josh Jenkins and David Taggart. Then from 9 o'clock right through to 11, winners. So back to regular programming. And then from 11 through till 12, of course, you'll have Race Guard. 12 onwards, you have Trackside. Cam Luke and David Taggart will take you through it. I'm on the football tomorrow, Adelaide Crows v North Melbourne from Marvel. So if you want to tune in there, and then I'm off on about 8 days break playing some golf, thanks to the team at TaylorMade in Vietnam. So hopefully you guys have a good few days and we'll see you back here all in time for a massive spring. Just a shout out too to Zach and the team from Bet365. Been always good to me when I sit in Gareth's chair, especially with getting some turnaround on some of the Bet Boost horses and whatnot. So to Ben Calusi and to Zach and the team at Bet365, thank you. And don't forget, with Bet365 and their Top Tote Plus, you get the best payout across all 3 national totes. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. That's all we've got time for, team. Someone just quickly said, how's Louis' hamstring coming along? And apparently his football career's in trouble. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, big trouble. Why don't you come to Warrowley, have a couple of games with me up there with the juice? We'll go mid-year before the June cut-off, qualify for finals up there and just dominate. Yeah, I reckon we should go play a game. Be good fun. Could get Big G Hall out of retirement. Remember the story? Lit him up one day and he leaned over the fence and told him to call the CFA. He kicked 4 1/4, said, call the CFA, the G-Train's on fire. Hey, thanks to all of you. Have a great time over the weekend and good to have Group 1 racing back. We'll see you all soon.